This short video is produced by the Michigan Military and Veterans Hall of Honor. We're going to talk with board member Lieutenant Colonel Jim Dempsey, retired from the United States Air Force, about a couple of the different inductees. We're hoping that this will interest you to go to the website, read more about those Michiganders who have been inducted into the Hall of Honor, and maybe do a little more of your own research. These are truly inspiring people. Another gentleman being inducted into the Michigan Military and Veterans Hall of Honor is Major General Oliver Dillard, who spent his last years here in the great state of Michigan. Jim, tell us about General Dillard.
Yeah, Oliver Dillard was born in September 28th, 1926, and lived until June 16th, 2015. He was a United States Army Major General, the 5th Black officer in the United States Army to attain the flag rank. He was a member of the Military Intelligence Hall of Fame, Officer Candidate School Hall of Fame at Fort Huachuca, Arizona, and Fort Benning, Georgia, respectively. General Dillard became the first Black graduate of the National War College in 1965, also served as the first Black general officer in the Office of the Assistant Chief of Staff for Intelligence. He was the last J2, or Senior Intelligence Officer, for the United States Military Assistance Command in Vietnam. He was the first U.S. Army Forces Command Deputy Chief of Staff Intelligence and the first Black Deputy Chief of Staff for U.S. Army Europe. Dillard retired from the U.S. Army in 1980 after a career spanning 34 years.
Well, there's a gentleman who saw a lot of firsts and broke a lot of barriers on his way to heading up intelligence. Tell us a little bit more about him, Jim.
All right, so General Dillard postponed his academic studies after being drafted in 1945. Following attendance at the United States Army Command and General Staff College, class of 57-58, he completed his Bachelor of Science degree at the University of Omaha, now the University of Nebraska at Omaha, and continued on with his civilian and military education, earning a Master of Science in International Affairs in 1965. He also attended the National War College, Fort Leslie McNair, District of Columbia, that same year. He began basic training at Fort McClellan right at the end of World War II in June of 1945, and was assigned to Germany, had numerous assignments. He was selected to serve as a company clerk upon his arrival in 46, and he worked his way through the ranks and was rewarded attaining technical sergeant in a very short period of time.
That's a long climb from technical sergeant to major general.
It really is, really is.
So after he retired, I understand he moved to Canton, Michigan, and made Michigan his home for a couple of decades, I think, before his passing. I do know that the VA honored General Dillard by naming a community-based outreach clinic in his honor in Canton, Michigan, which was his hometown at the time of his passing. Certainly a very worthwhile gentleman to be added to the Michigan Military and Veterans Hall of Honor. Jim, tell us kind of one more thing and why folks ought to do a little research and go on the website and learn about General Dillard.
Yeah, General Dillard, like you mentioned, a VA outpatient clinic in Canton was named after him, and the dedication ceremony was back on Friday, May 5th of 2023. And that's a significant accomplishment to have a VA facility named in his honor. I have voluminous records of information of significant accomplishments that he made during his 35 years of career. And I think his one of the things is that as his final assignment, Major General Dillard served as the commanding general, United States Army Readiness Region 2 at Fort Dix, New Jersey until 1980 when he retired. And he used his knowledge of combat arms and intelligence battlefield operating system to assess and train reserve component assignments assigned to the 1st United States Army. Significant accomplishments of this gentleman are wide and far. And I didn't realize I myself was going through basic training in 1974 at Fort Dix. Didn't realize that an individual of that magnitude was serving at that post at the same time.
Well, just another reason why folks should go to the website, read more about these gentlemen, and be inspired by their stories, their rise, they're going after more senior assignments, education. There's some lessons to be learned there, and we appreciate your comments on him, Lieutenant Colonel.